Hello, how are you? It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. I'm here to help you make sense of making money online. Hopefully, I am right on time for my fellow entrepreneurial spirits out there looking to get clear about your next big small business step. Welcome, welcome. Good morning if you're catching me live. And of course, if you are catching the replays, drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So OMG, I am super, super excited because number one, I'm on my porch in the morning and I am seriously CP time, girl. Like literally, I've been saying to myself, I want to do a morning motivation. I want to start getting up in the morning and doing these sessions, and I've been struggling with that. My web classes usually are like at 10 or 11 or noon in the afternoon, but guess what? Bless God, my little mini-me went back to school today. Yay! Good morning, Kimberly. Welcome. My mini-me went back to school today. Bless God. Raise the roof. And so I said, listen, he is back to school. I am now officially in back to business mode. So what I'm going to do is share some back to business, back on track tips with you. Good morning. Good morning. And of course, remember, if you're watching me on the replay side, drop in the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So listen, I've been hosting several web classes over the last couple of weeks talking about this conversation around getting back on track and catching up, especially for those fellow entrepreneurial spirits out there who feel like they are behind. So today, just to kind of definitely kickstart your week, kickstart your Monday, kickstart your fresh start, back on track initiatives, I'm going to share some morning motivation recommendations with you guys. Hopefully these are things that you can find helpful to you. So today's conversation is actually on how to prep your money and reset your goals, especially when it comes to getting back on track. Yay, I'm so excited to hang with you guys today. I have right here the Positioned to Profit Planner, which is a part of my Cash Flow Goals audio series. And I'm going to be diving into the goal setting and some Monday money strategies that I have for you guys here. Just as a side note, the Cash Flow Goals audio series plus the Position to Profit Planner, the printable version, are available to you right now as part of the Catch Up Kit, which you can find at sistersense.com/CUC, which again stands for Catch Up Kit. So, first thing I want to talk to you guys about today is your goals, okay? And I had a big goal for myself, which was to get on these live streams in the morning. So yay to me for starting strong. But of course, you know, as I'm sure you know, sometimes we start strong and then the fire fizzles. So for me, one of the things I love to do is to map out these master plans for myself so that even when I get off course, I can get back on track. So having something that you can utilize, whether it be your notebook or a planner, something for you to just outline your plan of action to maintain that momentum and stay on track is so important. So there are actually a few goals that I think I want to share with you today, and then I'm going to dive into specifically your cash flow goals and your Money Monday motivation, okay? Try to say that 3 times fast. Now, the first thing, okay, like I said, for me, there are a couple of goals that I need to reconnect with. So resetting your goals are so important. Your health goals, your personal goals, and your business goals. So think about that for a second. When it comes to your personal goals, the things that you want to accomplish in your life, just you as an individual, what are those? And I have to stop and talk about personal goals for a second because it's really, especially if you are a mommy, if you're a mommy, if you have, you know, a hubby, if you've got a partner, a spouse, if you've got responsibilities to other people, the older we get, the harder it is for us to think about our personal. And I'm not so much simply going to say self-care is important, because yes, it is important. But for a lot of people, myself included, it's hard to identify those things that you want for yourself personally because your today's are so much enveloped, engrossed in what you need to do for other people, right? You know, the hubby, making sure that my son has everything that he needed to, you know, I'm sitting here going, did he take his summer reading essays? freaking out, right? It's so hard to figure out what you want. So reset, reconnect with your personal goals. What are some things that you want to accomplish for yourself? Number one. Number two, your health goals. What are some things that you want to accomplish there? And then number three, your business goals. I'm going to break down business goals into three core areas. But for me, let me pause for a second, talk about health goals, because I'm very much a person who struggles to stay on top of that. So being in a space where I can say, okay, LaShanda, here's where you were doing good. Here's where you fell off. Let's get back on track is so important. At the end of the day, and it's interesting because I was listening to this motivational message yesterday, and it was so true. They were talking about rich people versus poor people. And one of the things that particular motivational message touched on was, it said something to the effect of, poor people, they blame others, rich people blame themselves. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And just thinking about the things where maybe you get off track or you struggle with or you have a challenge with, and people go, oh, it was my boss, it was my spouse, it was, it was life, it was, my best friend, trying to figure out, who was the cause of the problem. It was them, it wasn't me. And it's so funny because when I listen to that, I'm reminded of the fact that I always tell my son, never claim victim. Never claim victim. Don't blame anybody else. I always say to him, who is responsible for you? And he's like, I am responsible for me. And I'm like, you gotta get that through your head. Rich people, they don't blame other people or challenges or life. They really self-reflect, because what's powerful in self-reflecting? When you say, okay, this is not a them problem, but a me problem, you find a solution. And the power in being rich with the ability to change where you are and accomplish what you want is so amazing. It's funny because I feel like that statement is so true when I think about in my life, and I look at people who go to me and say, oh my gosh, I feel like you're so amazing because you did what you said you were going to do. You left Brooklyn, you went to college, you finally got a house, you've got your perfect person, like you created the life that you wanted. Yeah, because I didn't spend my time blaming other people for when things didn't quite go the way I wanted to go. I found a way to say, okay, here's me taking some responsibility for this. I don't necessarily like the word blame yourself, but as opposed to blaming other people, take responsibility for what's happening in your life and create a change for that, right? So I say that to say, when you look at your personal goals, your health goals, your business goals, maybe things haven't gone quite as you wanted them to be. And you can drop in the comment box and let me know. Have you gone through challenges, number one? Number two, think about some of your current challenges and real talk. Are you looking at those challenges and saying to yourself, well, this person or that person or this life issue caused this, versus, okay, let me just see my part in this and keep it moving, right? This is my thing that I've got to deal with and I've got to find a solution for. The thing about being rich, not just financially, but just overall, spiritually, bringing in abundance into your life, is being in a space where you can own up to when you need to be proactive, figure out how to solve the problem, and move forward. Kimberly says, I've been watching and enjoying them so far. CUCA. Yes, catch up and create. Amazing. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for rocking it out and participating in these web classes. So before I even get into the prepping your Monday money and working on your cash flow goals, I just kind of wanted to inspire you and really to real talk, have a conversation around your personal, your health, and your business goals. Because number one, personally, it's hard to identify what you want, but you've got to make that happen. There were some things that I personally said, hard and fast, I want this. And even though there were challenges around it and people saying, well, it's not the right time, you can't do, no. I'm going to box out all of y'all and I'm going to do this because this is what I want. And the reality is, in retrospect, maybe some things I would have done a little bit differently, but I rather go through the lesson learned, get the good and get the bad, than end up in a space of regret. I rather have so many people in my ear telling me, you'll have time to do it later, you have time to do it later, and dismiss that and do what I need to do now, then again, live a life of regret. So really take some time to reflect on what you want personally outside of what other people are saying to you or the responsibilities you have for other people. Reconnect with your health goals and your business goals. Now, when it comes to your business goals, there are 3 categories that I want to touch on today. Your cash flow goals, number 1. What are your cash flow goals? And we're going to dig in that inside of the Position to Profit Planner. As I mentioned before, you can get, if you don't have it, your Position to Profit Planner plus the Cash Flow Goals audio series inside of the catch-up kit that you can literally create for yourself today at sistasense.com/CUK for catch-up kit, okay? And just while I'm doing these catch-up kits, catch up and create amazing web classes, all of the resources inside of the catch-up kit are at a reduced rate, but then the rates are going to go back, of course, after the web classes have ended. So there are your cash flow goals. We're going to dig into that this morning. There are your month goals, your month projects that you want to accomplish, and your end of year goals. So those are 3 types of goals that I want you to think about today, especially if you want to get back on track and reset, okay? Your end of year goals. I had a conversation with one of the ladies in my circle as a private one-on-one clarity call, and she said to me, LaShanda, these are things that I definitely want to make sure that I accomplish because I don't want another year to go by, and when the end of year promotional time, business time, you know, Black Friday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, holiday season hits, I have nothing to offer. So I need to make sure by the end of the year I'm ready for those opportunities. And let me just kind of shift. I feel like I'm in a shady spot. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. It looks dark on my screen. It looks a little dark on my screen. But being in a space where you're conscious of what you want to accomplish before the year is over, super, super, super important. The glow up is really real on me right now. So hopefully you guys can see me clearly. I don't know. But your end of year goals, reconnect with those, reset those if you need to, number 1. Number 2, your month goals. So what are the projects that you wanted to complete this month? What did you want to happen this month? Reset, reconnect. Maybe some things you want to make sure that you finish before the month is over. 3 days left, right? That you want to complete. Or maybe you want to reset those goals. After several weeks, you have decided that maybe this or that no longer serves you. Maybe this or that plan needs to be adjusted, okay? So the goals that you want to accomplish for the month, and then last but not least, your cash flow goals, which for me dive into your daily and your weekly objectives. Okay, so let's talk about that. Prepping your Monday and your cash flow goals. Now, I'm going to go to this page right here as part of the Position to Profit Planner. Don't know if you have it, but again, you can go get it in your catch-up kits. Now, inside of this Position to Profit Planner, there are several things that I do. Number 1, I talk to you about what you need to do to work on your cash flow goals. Number 2, I help you break down your money map. And number 3, we really dig into the 7-day cash flow goals calendar. So, because today is Monday, I'm going to kick it off with the Monday money conversation. And essentially, the goal is for you to come up with a Monday money marketing plan of action. So there are 3 things that I'm going to share with you today. And the first thing is the Monday morning message. A great way, especially for those of you who are currently in business. If you're currently in business, say yes. Number 1. Number 2, feel free to shamelessly self-promote and drop in the comment box who you are and what your business website is, okay? Feel free. Yes, I'm in business. This is what I do. This is my website. Drop it in there. By the way, if you're listening to this live or via the replay, feel free to drop in for me the link to the catch-up kit, which is sistasense.com/CUK, okay? SistaSense, that's me, SistaSense.com/CUK, right? All right, yes, Monday money, okay. So for those of you who are currently in business as entrepreneurs, hopefully you have an email list, okay? If you don't have an email list, talk to me. We need to talk, okay? But if you do, here is a great thing to consider. Kick off your Monday with a message to your community. Still the morning time, so it's a good thing if you can put out a morning message, but at least at some point today, check in with your community and share a specific solution that can meet the needs, not necessarily of everybody, but the right bodies. And when I say the right body, think about one particular target group or person that you are aiming to serve right now. For me, I'm really focused on those who are looking to catch up because they feel behind, and those who are looking to get back on track. That's been my focus for the last couple of weeks, and we'll see what happens next month, right? So who or what type of person are you focused on right now? Then send them a message. So here's a great example of that. And I give you an example, and I also give you a space to craft out your own message. Now, there's a whole audio that talks a lot in more detail about the Monday money plan of action, but I'm just going to dive through it a little bit here so I can share some recommendations with you. So this is my cash flow goals planner, right? Here is a Monday morning message, number one, then I'm going to break it down. Greetings, success seeker. Are you still struggling with reaching your weekly cash flow goals? Monday is a great day to start fresh and hit the reset button. The reset button on your dreams. Let me help you position yourself for profit and create a 7-day cash flow calendar inside my new audio series, sistersense.com/CFG. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Let's make this Monday magical, LaShanda Henry. So this is just a message that I can send out to my community, but really directly focusing on individuals who are looking to work on one thing that they struggle with. And in this case, the struggle is around cash flow goals and working on generating consistent, ideal forms of revenue. And if that is something that the particular reader is struggling with, my solution is the Position to Profit Planner, the Cash Flow Goals Guide, which they can get at sistersense.com/CFG, right? So I want you to consider this as an example of what you can do to really jumpstart with respect to sending out a Monday morning message that's going to help you work on your Monday money goals, right? So in this case, think about, again, one particular target person or group you're trying to reach, one particular struggle they may have that you want to articulate in that message and say, listen, if you're struggling with this right now, raise your hand, number one. Number two, I can help you. Here's the resource. This is where you can find it, okay? Now, that's the first thing that I want to share with you today. And you can consider, and feel free to drop in the comment box for those of you who are participating and watching this, whether you're watching live or via the replay. Is there something that you can say, this is a struggle for some of the people that I wish to serve right now, and I'm going to help support them with that? So feel free to drop in the comment box, number one, what your business is. Number two, think about, take a power pause, what particular target group you want to work with, what the struggle is, and consider just dropping that in the comment box so I can see and you can share that with the awesome, highly driven entrepreneurs in my circle. So first thing is crafting out a morning message. Now, if you can't sending it in the morning and you watch this on the replay side, that's fine. Send it out when you can. But here's the big thing here. Being in a space where you are consistently checking in with your email list. You're not doing booty call marketing. You're not emailing them only when you want something, but you're consistently checking in on a regular basis. That's going to help you establish, maintain, and continue to build strong relationships with your customers. And even when they don't buy, I'm going to tell you, honestly, there are people who say to me, LaShanda, thank you. I needed this message. I thank you so much for the consistency and you always sending out or doing these things, because now I'm ready and I am just wanting everything that you got. That happens to me all the time. You want to prepare for your opportunities. You want to work towards your cash flow goals so that you can maintain your momentum. Be consistent with checking in with your audience, number one. Number two, I want to share with you, you can work on, as far as your Monday is concerned, these are for those of you who are entrepreneurs, outside of that motivational message, you can also work on checking in with your clients, okay? So if you are any service professionals, feel free to drop in the comment box. If you are a service professional, hashtag SP in the house. As you know, I'm number one, a web designer, and number two, mentor to many, many, many women entrepreneurs online looking to build their online businesses Sister Sense style. That said, one of the things that you can do on Monday is focus on checking in with your clients that you serve, and not just the overall community, because the morning message is really something that you can send out either to a segmented list or your overall email list, but checking in with individual customers who you are in communication with. Right? So I'm going to give you 2 examples of that. And then, of course, we dive into it more as part of the audio series. So if you do have the Cash Flow Goals audio series, go back and listen to it. If you don't have it, go and get it. Okay? So list here potential clients that you want to follow up with versus existing clients. Okay? So that's a big thing. You can consider maybe there are people reaching out to you because they want to ask you a question. They want to work with you in one way, shape, or form. Oftentimes, I have one-on-one clarity calls with clients, and I'll say, okay, did you check in with so-and-so? And they'll say, oh, they came and they said they wanted something, but then I never heard from them again. And I'm like, okay, well, today's a good day to follow up and check in. Life happens, right? You're trying to get it back on track. More than likely, something happened that threw them off track. Check in, right? So if you have people who reached out to you, make note of who those people are so that you can reconnect. Then number 2, your existing customers. If you need to have communication with them, now is a great time to do that as well. Who do you need to talk to so that you can grease the wheels, right? So that you can work on the relationship and generate the revenue that you need. At the end of the day, it's not simply just you putting stuff out there and hoping that people will catch it, see it, and buy it. It's also you working one-on-one, right? Working with, talking to individuals within your community. Those direct conversations lead to the kind of cash flow that you are working on. Right? So remember, again, if you do have the Cash Flow Goals audio series and the Position to Profit Planner, you can dive into it. But if you don't have it, go get it as part of the catch-up kit. You can find that at sistasense.com/CUK. Good morning, June. Good morning, Cynthia. Welcome, ladies. So just to recap for those of you who are just coming in today, I'm talking about how to prep your money and reset your goals. There are, I think I touched on about 6 type of goals that you really need to reconnect with: your personal goals, your health goals, and your business goals. Then diving specifically into your business goals, your cash flow goals, your project goals for the month, and your end of year goals. So 6 categories that you really want to just take a look at to make sure that you are where you need to be. And if you've fallen off course, so that you can reconnect to the vision, right? I'm big on selling to you guys. You need to stick to the plan, right? So reconnecting with your goals is a great way to do that. And those are 6 core areas that you can take a look at. Just a quick recap. Now, right now we're talking about the Monday money conversation. So the first thing I said to you was consider sending out a morning message to your community, talking about one struggle, one target audience, and one solution that you can offer. If you're still struggling with this particular thing today, here's a solution that I can share with you, right? Hey, Anissa, good morning. Good morning. Great rising to you as well, my dear. And of course, feel free to share this today, guys, if you feel like this Get Back on Track recommendation, this particular web class is something somebody in your circle needs to hear. Feel free to share, or you can tag them in this conversation. So thinking about, as I'm the part of the conversation that I'm at now, thinking about listing your potential clients or existing clients that you want to follow up with. And I'm basically literally taking a page out of the Position to Profit planner that I have. I believe it's either 32 or 36 pages, the Position to Profit planner that you can get as part of the Cash Flow Goals series. So now that I've talked to you about specifically listing who you want to connect with, whether it be potential customers or existing customers, I want to share a quick tip recommendation for those of you who are coaches, who are service professionals, and you're looking to figure out how to generate more money into your business. Because of course, this is about prepping your money and resetting your goals, right? So I have a client who I'm working with, love, currently working on a magazine project for them, because of course I do web design, I do layout design, I do graphics design. I am a designer. That's my superpower. One of them anyway. And so for this particular client, we are just finished their next issue of their magazine. It's 24 pages. They love it so much. They're like, I want to have more pages in this. Can I have more pages, right? It's like, okay. Now, here's the thing. Any service professional or coach or consultant, you know, when you work on something, after you complete it, you have this, I'm done feeling, right? So I completed the magazine issue. I sent it off. I'm like, yes, I'm done. They paid for it. I did it. It's over. And then, of course, you know, when you get that, oh, but I want more, you're like, oh, I got to do more work. I got to do more work. So that can go one of two ways. There are, and I work with clients who come to me frustrated because they find that they're overworked and underpaid, right? And there are those of us who learn how to work smarter and not harder. Now, you've got to, for service professionals out there, let's get very clear about this. You have to set boundaries and guidelines for your packages, right? So my client came and he said, you know what, I would love to put this article in. I want to put this in as well. Can you, updates, fine. Yeah, that's a part of your package, but more work? Okay, let's talk about that. How am I going to work this? Number one, I could say, okay, I know it takes me a good, I don't know, 4 or 6 hours to do each of these articles. Just suck it up and do it. You know, they want it, just do it, right? Who's been there? As a service professional, you're like, okay, they want more work. I really didn't plan on doing more work, but I'm just going to suck it up and do it, right? If you've done that before, you know, God bless you. You know, you can say, yes, I've been there. I've done that. But that was not my approach to the conversation. I said, I can definitely help you with this. I can definitely help you with this. But here's the deal. For your particular package, we're using the magazine template that I've designed. It's got 20 to 24 pages in there. You've got 24 pages, you hit the max. So if you do want more, I can definitely do more for you. It's going to be an extension. Your extension is going to be $99. And so if you want the extension, we can rock with it. If you just want me to do some edits, we can do that, right? Think about that. When clients come to you, do you feel like you're in a corner and you've got to give them everything that they need because they already paid you and you're locked in? You feel locked in because you want to over-deliver. You're over-delivering and you're getting underpaid. Set clear boundaries. My clear boundary, magazine issues, 20, 24 pages. You want more? We got to do an extension. Literally within the hour, I got $99 and he was like, boom, I'm ready to go. Add the rest of the stuff. I want the rest of the stuff added. Okay. So I'm okay with doing more work because I'm getting paid for the extra work, right? So you've got to set clear boundaries for yourself. Don't feel that when somebody comes back and they say, oh, I need, be clear about what you're willing to do, whether it's, oh, that is included. So one of the requests was to update a picture. Yeah, of course. Minor edits and revisions included with your package. Extra work, extension, right? Anissa says, share with my mastermind group. Anissa, awesome. Feel free to share. Of course, sharing is caring. And just as a side note, I do have other coaches and consultants and speakers out there who tend to say, hey, can you come in and speak to my mastermind group? Which is something that I do as a side note. Don't know if you have speakers coming in, but just worth mentioning. But yes, shared. Awesome. Definitely want to consider smart things that you can do as a service professional so that you're working smarter and not harder, right? If you are in a space where you have packages, are you setting clear boundaries, or are you just doing more and more and more work because you feel like, listen, I was already paid for it, so I've got to do everything that they asked for, even if those things were not included in my original package. Find a way to clearly and comfortably and professionally articulate to your clients where the buck stops and where they need to pay for more if they want more. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some other smart things that you can do, service professionals, to get back on track and generate more money. But that was a side note, just because today we are talking about prepping your money and working on your cash flow goals. So the last thing that I'm going to say about the Monday money conversation is being in a space where if you are an entrepreneur who's currently working with customers, emailing your list. We talked about the Monday morning message, number one, checking in with specific potential and previous existing customers, right? Previous customers, potential customers, existing customers, where you should be engaging and or following up with them. That's number 2. I gave you a side note recommendation on how to make more money, and especially if they want you to work more, you can make more. That's a quick tip for my service professionals, number 3. And last but not least, if you are in a space where some of those things, they may sound good, but you're not necessarily in a position to connect with people, you don't have an email list, or reach out to people because they're not reaching out to you, then focus on working towards your cash flow goals, okay? Now, I'm going to tap into, let's see what page in here. This page right here. Not sure if you can see it. The glow up is seriously real this morning. This page right here says, set clear cash flow goals. Speak what you seek until you see what you said. This is one of my favorite quotes. Somebody drop it in the comment box. Please speak what you seek until you see what you've said. If you are in a space where you're not currently living your business dream, currently working as an entrepreneur with the people you wish to serve, and you're still on the come up, maybe life dropped off and challenges got you off track and you're not quite where you want to be, today is the day that you speak what you seek until you see what you've said. Before I was rocking on this porch, I was speaking it. I was seeing it in my mind's eye. I was rocking on my mama-in-law's porch. One day I'll have my house, right? With the katydids and the cat in the corner and the frog jumping in the pond and freaking me out every 3 seconds. You got to speak what you seek. Speak it out until one day you see what you've said. So for you to do that, one of the ways you can do that today is set your daily goals and focus on specific offers that you are going to promote. So here's the page for that in the book. And this is the Position to Profit Planner that I'm going in right here. For those of you who are just coming in right now, we're talking about some things you can do to get back on track. Thank you for sharing that quote, Anissa. And this is the Position to Profit Planner. You can get the 32-page printable version plus your cash flow goals audio series right now. I think it's $10 because I've reduced the rate to a lot of the resources that I want to share for those of you who are looking to get back on track right now. The planner and the audio series right now is $10 as part of the catch-up kit, which you can find at sistasense.com/CUK, which is catch-up kit. Sistasense, that's me, SISTASENSE.com/catch-up kit. So, there are 3 sections here that I'm going to tap into today. First question being, or rather, first statement, today I will make. Set the daily goals and select focus offers. So today I'm going to make X amount. How much money do you want to make today? And what offers are you going to promote to make that money today? That's number 1. Set weekly goals. This week I will make. So this is what I'm going to sell this week. And this is how much I want to, make this week. Set monthly goals. This month I will make, and this is what I'm going to sell this month to make that. So that you're positioning yourself in a way where you're focused on specifically what you're going to do for today, your day goal, how much you want to make today, what you're going to sell today, your week goal, and your month goal. I love this. You got to set clear cash flow goals for yourself, and then you work towards them, okay? One of the did you know messages that I share inside of the cash flow goals series, I'm going to share it with you here because some of you, maybe you've heard it before, some of you need to hear it again. Did you know that if you make $100 per day, that's $3K in 30 days and $36K per year? Did you know if you make $200 per day, that's $6K in 30 days and $72,000 per year? If you make $300 per day, that's $9K in 30 days and $108K per year. What you want to achieve in your life, whether it's you want to be able to bring in consistently 5 figures, you want to make $72,000 or over 6 figures or 7 figures, your annual goals are dependent upon how well you can reach your daily goals. How well you can reach your daily goals dependent upon you setting those goals. You know, a lot of people, they just kind of go out there and spaghetti marketing. They throw stuff out there, see what sticks. A couple of dollars come in today, none comes in tomorrow, and they're ebb and flow in it. They're not consistent. You being proactive about preparing for the opportunities that you seek, that is going to help you with that form of consistency. So I don't know if you know, but these are some of the numbers that help you get clear about where you can potentially be. Look at your profit potential, look at your purpose potential, but you've got to be specific and crunch the numbers. Okay, so those are the things that I wanted to share with you guys today when it comes to prepping your money, number one, and resetting your goals, specifically your cash flow goals. If you have any questions for me, feel free to go to sistersense.com/voice-message. Well, no, you can just go to sistersense.com/CUK, which is the website that I've shared with you today. If you go to sistersense.com/CUK, while you are there, if you do have a question, you can click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. Any page on the website, as a matter of fact, you can send me a voice message, or you can email sistersense@gmail.com. I'm really, really big on helping you get clear about the specifics. So talking about your goals, we've divided them into how much you want to make and specifically what offers you're going to sell to reach those goals. What you need to succeed is definitely a big part of my conversation, whether it be you thinking about what skill sets you need, what resources you need, or what people you need